The world changed within minutes on September 11, 2001. The smoke rising over New York marked not only an attack on America, but the beginning of a relentless pursuit. The architect of this attack was soon declared the most dangerous man on the planet, Osama bin Laden. But the core of this story is not a single-night operation. It is a complex chain stretching from bin Laden's origins to the rise of al-Qaeda and to America's years-long hunt. Bin Laden's origins, son of an empire. Osama bin Laden was born in 1957 to one of the wealthiest families in Saudi Arabia. His father owned one of the largest construction companies in the Middle East. Wealth, power, prestige. Bin Laden could have lived as one of the most privileged young men in the world. But he chose a different path. At a young age, he joined the Mujahideen fighting against the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. The United States and its allies supported these groups at the time because their goal was the same: stopping the Soviets. When the war ended, bin Laden's mind was focused on something else: establishing a network that would unite radical elements from across the globe. That network was called al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda was far more than a conventional organization. It was a borderless, decentralized structure, difficult to track and almost impossible to dismantle. Its funding came from the Gulf, its training camps from Afghanistan, and its recruits from every corner of the world. By the mid-1990s, America understood that al-Qaeda was growing stronger. But the true scale of its threat became clear in 1998 with the U.S. embassy bombings in Kenya and Tanzania. Yet nothing shook the world like September 11th. That morning, the United States made an irreversible decision. Bin Laden would be found and stopped. A decade-long pursuit, the Silent War. Caves in Afghanistan, mountain ranges along the Pakistan border, satellite imagery, drones, local informants. For years, no lead was truly definitive. Bin Laden seemed like a ghost, evading the most advanced intelligence apparatus on Earth. After 2007, the CIA changed its strategy. They no longer searched for bin Laden. They searched for his couriers. One of those couriers eventually led them to an unusual location after months of surveillance. A walled compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, with no phone lines and unusually strict security. CIA analysts noticed irregular movements inside. Windows were covered. Precautions were excessive. And there was a man inside who never left the house, but occasionally walked in the courtyard. The CIA called him the Pacer. Then came the critical briefing to President Barack Obama.
We estimate with 60 to 80% probability that this individual is Osama bin Laden. It is not certain, but we may not get a better opportunity than this.
Operation Neptune's Spear. The night begins. On the night of May 1st, 2011, two modified stealth Black Hawk helicopters lifted off from a covert base in Afghanistan. On board was one of the world's most elite special operations units, SEAL Team 6. The mission orders were clear and extremely dangerous. Pakistan would not be notified. Its airspace would be violated secretly. If the helicopters were detected by radar, two nuclear-armed states could be pushed to the brink of conflict. The helicopters descended over the mountains. Only the sound of the rotors, a dark night, and a target that would change world history. Entry. First contact. As the first helicopter approached the compound, it suffered a technical failure and made a hard landing near the wall. The plan changed instantly. The SEALs breached the doors. They moved through dark corridors. On the upper floor, the door opened, and inside stood the man the world had been seeking for years. A brief firefight followed. Osama bin Laden was dead. The entire operation took 40 minutes. The soldiers destroyed the helicopter wreckage, collected evidence, took bin Laden's body, and disappeared back into the night toward Afghanistan. Every moment was monitored from the Situation Room in Washington. President Obama later made a brief announcement to the world.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden. the leader of Al-Qaeda.
Bin Laden's identity was confirmed through DNA testing and facial recognition. To prevent global unrest, his body was buried at sea that same night. For the United States, the operation was not only a military success, it was a form of closure for the thousands who perished on September 11th. The details of the mission remain debated. International law, self-defense, the certainty of the intelligence, and what exactly happened in those final moments. But one fact is clear. One of the most complex, risky, and consequential operations in modern U.S. history was completed successfully that night.